Greeting Nimrods. Just going to do a quick video on a chainsaw. It's getting to be chainsaw season, and I was cleaning up one of the saws and thought I'd talk about it. So this is a Stihl, obviously, Wood Boss 024 AV. And this is a nice little saw. I really like this saw. It's my favorite for a couple reasons. The first is it's my father's saw, and he had this saw. He bought this saw probably late 80s. I think these came out in the early 80s, and he bought this after Hurricane Gloria, which hit us in the Northeast, and I can't remember what year it was, but it was in the 80s. And somewhere between there and Hurricane Bob. I remember after Bob, we definitely were using this saw a lot. That was we got hit pretty hard with that one. I was cutting wood for days. Using this saw on my father's old home light, which was horrible. But this is a great saw. We built the camp up in Maine using this saw. If you've seen pictures of the cabin, it's all rough cut lumber that we had milled from trees on the land, and we didn't have electricity there, so we were cutting them with a saw, all the boards to length and the framing to length with this saw. So there's a lot of memories with this saw, and that's one of the reasons it's my favorite. But it's also a really good saw. They're a light saw, and they're a powerful saw. It's a 41.6 cc saw, so it's a little smaller than your 026, which is a very popular saw. It's just a I think it's a shade under 3 horsepower. It's hard to really find out what there is, but some things seem to say this is 2.9 horsepower, and I believe it. It's a pretty strong, powerful saw. So there's a couple little stories with this, and one of them was that my father had this saw, and I used to borrow it all the time, and he eventually bought me a 029 Wood Boss or Farm Boss, whatever it's called, and I still have that saw, and I still use that saw, but it's much heavier than this one. And that's the saw that's in the Timber Tech video I have with the little beam maker thing. I'll put a link to that on the at the end of this video. But at any rate, he bought me that saw, which is a great saw, and I appreciate him buying that. But I still coveted this saw because this saw was just a nice saw, So years went by, and my father had brought this in for some maintenance, and it wasn't starting or something. And the local Stihl dealership told him that that the cylinder was scored, and that it was, he would fix it this time. We'd do something to fix it, but he said next time just its goose is cooked, and so eventually just sold him another saw instead of fixing it. And I didn't realize that he had done that until I came over to the house one day, and he had a new chainsaw, and I said, well, what happened to that 024? He said, well, it's right here. It doesn't work. You're welcome to have it. So I was happy to take it. This style saw, you should be able to fix them. Just about anything goes wrong. I mean, if you break the crankcase and you get an air leak that way, you may not be able to fix it without TIG welding it or something. So I took it all apart, cleaned it up, and got it running a little bit, but it wouldn't stay running, and did a little research and figured it was probably the oil seals on the crank, and it was. I replaced those, and it's been running fine ever since. It's a great saw. I love it. It's a shame my dad had to buy a new saw, or was told to buy a new saw. They should have been. I mean, it took me an hour to fix it once I figured out what I was doing. Not a big job. It's a couple dollars for the parts. So it's a little bit of a shame that happened, but he's got a smaller, lighter saw that he likes, and I've got this saw that I like, so we're happy with it. So I thought I'd just show this saw to you. Ramble on a little bit. Happy hunting, Nimrods. All right, if you made it this far, you are a real Nimrod, and you need to subscribe. Thanks for watching.